Prince Harry's latest intervention on global politics may have just widened the rift with the royal family even further. According to sources speaking to Radar Online, his recent remarks targeting global leadership, including a pointed push for stronger U.S. action under Donald Trump, have complicated an already delicate situation. And now, it could explain why King Charles will not be meeting his son during his high-stakes visit to the United States. Harry, speaking during a surprise appearance in Kyiv, addressed world leaders and military officials and took a firm stand on the Russia-Ukraine war. He directly appealed to Vladimir Putin and urged stronger American leadership.
I am not here as a politician. I am here as a soldier who understands service, as a humanitarian who has seen the human cost of conflict, and as a friend of Ukraine who believes the world must not grow used to this war or numb to its consequences. When some are striving to dismantle democracy, the many should continue to speak up, to be heard, to be counted, and to be the loudest voice, choosing life and freedom. For we know there can be devastating consequences of silence, delay, and lack of accountability. President Putin, no nation benefits from the continued loss of life we are witnessing. There is still a moment now to stop this war, to prevent further suffering for Ukrainians and Russians alike, and to choose a different course. They are profoundly human. Across occupied territory, the United States has a singular role in this story, not only because of its power, but because when Ukraine gave up nuclear weapons, America was part of the assurance that Ukraine's sovereignty and borders would be respected. This is a moment for American leadership, a moment for America to show that it can honor its international treaty obligations, not out of charity, but out of its own enduring role in global security and strategic stability. And what I see here in Ukraine is that same principle. As President Zelensky has made clear, we are defending our right to live. So, the question is no longer whether Ukraine will stand. You have already answered that. The question is, will the rest of the world match your resolve? Because one day soon, this war will end. And history will not ask what we said, it will ask what we did. Who acted? Who stepped forward? And who chose courage over caution? Ukraine has already given its answer. Now is the time for the rest of us to give ours. Thank you. Slava Ukraini.
And just days later, King Charles arrived in the U.S. for a carefully planned state visit, one focused entirely on diplomacy, alliances, and strategic balance. And that's where the tension spikes. Sources close to the royal household told Radar Online that Harry's remarks have made things significantly more complicated for the monarchy. One palace aide said, quote, "Comments like these, even when well-intentioned, create diplomatic complications, especially when they intersect directly with U.S. leadership. The monarchy, they say, operates on a very careful balance between personal views and strict political neutrality. And moments like this, they disrupt that balance." Another insider explained that the king's U.S. visit has been meticulously planned, every appearance, every engagement carrying diplomatic weight. Bringing personal or family dynamics into that mix risks overshadowing the entire purpose of the trip. Even though Harry framed his speech as personal, his words, especially about America's singular role in the conflict, were widely interpreted as political messaging. And now, Buckingham Palace has made it official. There will be no meeting between King Charles and Prince Harry during this visit. The reason given publicly? A working trip, not a private one. But behind the scenes, sources suggest, Harry's latest outburst may have sealed that decision.